in honour of your time serving here. So Caroline will present this to you now.
Oh.
Yeah, another round. Yay.
I'm actually really, really honored. Like really, you say that when you get these schmata and you don't ever really mean it, but I really am. And I got this invitation, and if I had parents, they'd be proud. But I have them, but it's best not to talk about one that got deported from this country, maybe. I first came here to Dublin in 1981, and I didn't know my real father. My mother had removed custody from him, and which was a great move on her part. But you know, one sort of thinks, oh, you know, he might be a really cool guy or something. Anyway, he told me he was a professor at Trinity College, and that he was teaching here, and so I had this little trust fund. Now she had a trust fund. It was $500 a month. All right, so barring outrageous lies that I would make up, like I need a modeling portfolio, or I fell through the taxi window and I need $10,000. I mean, you know, they gave me $500 a month, and education. So this bio father of mine, convinced somehow that I could get into this school, and I took tests and things, and I was coming from a place in the United States that you would call Borstal, but it was run by hippies, so it was like hippie Borstal, and I came here, and in 1981, the beginning, and the planes landed in Shannon Airport, and the sun's going down, and the moon's going down, sun's coming up. Oh, it's crazy country, weird, beautiful place, smelled amazing. And I drive to Drogheda, and his name's Hank, the real father. And he had convinced some tough lord to give him a really beautiful house on the Slane River, and he never paid rent. And he had all the women in that town thinking he was a rich American, so he was like sleeping with every woman. And as it turned out, he was selling pot to. This is what he was doing. And so I then found like a friend or two, and I went to see a band. And the band blew my mind, and the singer of the band, Gavin Friday, is standing right there. And for years and years and years, Gavin came up with you too at the same time, and one of his best friends is Bono, and I guess they've sort of forever, right? And Bono would always say to me when I became famous, which was many years later, and a little bit then, but even then, no, you know what? You and Gavin will get along. The house on fire. You need to. And I'd always be like, no way, he had hair up to here. He scared the hell out of me. He was brilliant. No. And you know, we should have gotten married 15 years ago, maybe 20. And then we'd have a nice divorce. No, I'm kidding. But I saw this whole other culture, and it was here. It wasn't in London, and it wasn't in Paris, and it wasn't in New York, and it wasn't LA. It was here. It was Ireland. And I lived in Stephen's Green, because you could actually squat on Stephen's Green in 1981. That's kind of amazing now when you think about it. And so he didn't teach here. And I came here, and I applied to audit. And what I did is I audited, I thought, I want to be a theology student. So I was going to learn to understand all religions. And I audited not quite 2 semesters at this school. So I actually really, but some days I would skip, because the professor was, I don't remember his name. Do you have records of these things? Harrison. Harrison. That's because I want to see the tests. Brain cells I lost. So, I just got distracted. I had a guitar. I had a Patti Smith poetry book, and I made it my choice. But of any school in the world, I've always found this so special, magical. And now this whole thing around the Book of Kells, there's like the freaking museum over there. But It used to be you could just go and look at it. You know, you could just go look at it. It has some crazy mystical power, to me anyway. I don't, you know, I know that it was made in some island off Scotland, but it sort of, I don't know, it's just such a special place that you live in. And it's got so, I don't even know anything like Irish history that well, or you know, I used to watch a show on RTE before any of you were born except him called Anish is a Rish, and it was about, the Irish Gaelic language, and the woman just had great boobs, so I never learned much. And it's just a beautiful college, and I landed, and I've toured here, been here, played here, or whatever, but I've never, you know, hung out for more than a day. And I smelled the air yesterday, and I could just smell the peat and the difference, the mossiness, and I don't know, it's a really special land and a really special college, and it might be on a ley line. So I'm just so honored. Thank you so very much.